Hey guys, I'm here with Lorenzo Roma, and today we're going to be talking about the bout between Luca Curatoli and Florin Zalomir from the European Championships this year in Duesseldorf, Germany. This bout was crazy. I know a lot of people have an opinion about what happened in the bout, and we're going to talk about this bout today, and specifically how to fence an opponent who is like specifically trying to screw you up. So, uh, let's dive right in.
Yeah.
So, do you fence with Curatoli much in training or anything?
Uh, yeah, in training, he was training in Naples. I was training in Rome. But when we did Italian trainings, we used to fence. Yeah, of course. And yeah, I think he's a great fencer, and he gave 100% in training too. So it was like a very good training to fence against him, and his personality, I think, is the like um, he's used to give 100%, and sometimes maybe if provoked us in this bout. Um, I don't know. I think let's see.
Okay. I've actually never fenced either of these guys before, but I know that Luca has a reputation for being able to fence very well when he's down. And a lot of the time, he'll be like 5 or 6 touches down in a bout and either win or it'll be very, very close at the end. So,
Yeah.
so one of the things that I think Luca does really, really well, I'm going to pause quickly. One of the
Yeah.
things I think Luca does really, really well is his tempo is very fast and his footwork is very like twitchy or frenetic. And he's really good at getting other people stuck in what he's doing, especially later in the
Yeah.
bout.
Because
Go ahead.
yeah, his tempo is really really good, and I don't know, the difficulty that I found apart from the others fencing against him is that you were forced to go to his tempo, and he was used to it, but for normal people it was like a very quick tempo.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the
Yeah,
reasons.
so
I think that's one of the reasons that he sometimes has a hard time at the beginning, but is good at catching up in the end. Because once he kind of gets into a rhythm that bothers you, he's really good at trapping you in it. So,
yeah.
unpausing.
Okay.
Yeah, so a little unlucky. And this is where all the controversy in this bout comes from.
Yeah.
Wow, nice touch.
Yeah.
So pause for a sec.
So yeah, um, after the after he started before, I think maybe Zalomir, um, no, nothing.
So what I like about this one is that last touch Zalomir tried to extend his attack just by leaning really far, and he was pulled short. So this one, the next tactical thing to do is to make a long attack. And he shows really obviously that he's going to make a long attack, so Luca tries to hit him in prep. But Zalomir's a step ahead of that and is ready to parry it. So that was
Yeah,
a really good tactical touch.
yeah, really good.
All right, I'm on
And
pause.
also not so easy to do against Luca because uh, he's not so clean. I mean, you don't really know where he's going to touch. So
yeah, exactly. His technique is a little bit weird, so it's hard to gauge from that. Okay, I'm at 130 and I'm unpausing it.
Okay, me too. Okay, and this is also kind of strange thing that I found fencing against Luca, that sometimes he parries where you don't expect, like this time. Also, at the end of the piece, sometimes he managed to arrange a parry, for example, fifth, or like just touching your weapon and making a parry.
Yeah,
and you really don't expect that.
There's a crazy touch I found from South Korea one year where Salagi is like running him all the way down the strip and Luca takes a preem parry completely out of nowhere.
Yeah, he does it a lot.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm at 152 right before the 2-3 touch.
152, okay. 8, 7. Okay.
Good?
Yeah.
Okay, unpause. Wow. That was crazy. So I'm going to pause it quickly at 236. So you're going to see this kind of action, not this kind of action. You're going to see this thing happening a lot where Zalomir will say he didn't hear and stop the bout. And when I posted this video, I was getting a lot of comments saying that he really couldn't hear and the referee should be louder, or that he really could hear and that he was just doing it to bother Luca. I think it was both. Because it's really hard to tell from this video, but it is so loud in rooms like this. At the championships, when everyone is screaming for every strip, it's so loud. And this touch right here, where Zalomir puts up his hand and Curatoli runs at him and hits him, I mean, I don't think he would give up a touch like that on purpose. I think he really couldn't hear. And then he saw later how it was bothering Luca, and then maybe at that point, he started playing some games with it. But as the referee, if you realize that that's happening, just take a step closer and start speaking more loudly, and then if it's still happening, you can start giving people cards. So that's my opinion on this situation.
Yeah, I think it's the most rational thing, because it's obvious after this touch that he was not doing that on purpose, because who at the beginning of a match gives touches thinking that to make the opponent, I don't know, angry? You should make him. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, I really think that he couldn't hear, and then he saw it was bothering his opponent, and then started doing it.
Yeah.
I'm unpausing. What did you think of that one?
I would have called it simultaneous. But
I thought so too.
I don't know. after the previous one too, because they're very similar.
Yeah, and
I don't think something changed.
yeah, I agree. And Zalomir asked for a replay, and the ref went and looked again, and he decided it was simultaneous.
Yeah.
And as a fencer, you can't let that stuff bother you.
No, but it's really hard
Pause.
to avoid that.
Yes, it is. In my opinion, the more you're thinking about something other than the actual touches and how to set them up, the harder it's going to be to win the bout. And there are certain people who are very good at making you think about other things. But
Yeah.
you just have to really like you saw when Zalomir's like, you know, making that shrug to the referee, Luca was basically like, you know, challenging him back. And you don't have to do that. You can just ignore it and focus on your fencing.
Yeah, especially if Luca, for example, was the favorite one in this bout.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's easy to say it from the outside. Of course, when you're inside, you're I don't know, with adrenaline and all this stuff, you get angry.
Yes, of course. It's hard not to. When I used to fence someone who was behaving like that, I would just laugh at them. That was my strategy.
No, I got angry sometimes, and other times when I was more concentrated, I just let them go. Didn't say anything.
Yeah, my strategy is just to kind of like literally just laugh at people who are doing that. So, ready?
Yeah. So
go ahead.
Even more nasty.
Yeah.
So you are at what exactly second minute?
4:12.
Okay. Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, unpause. So the first time Zalomir went for that touch, the referee called it attack no, but this time he finished a little bit faster and the referee gave it to him. But I think they're both getting annoyed at this situation.
Yeah, also because of some close touches, and probably they started at that point. You start thinking, oh, the referee doesn't like me. What's wrong? Something like this.
Mm-hmm. It looked like Zalomir was a little late on that one.
Yeah, but I think it was close.
It was close for sure.
And this one is close too.
Yes, there's been like 5 or 6 close touches this bout, and that also contributes to getting frustrated too.
Yeah, of course. I think there are some matches that are destined to finish like 14-14, and nobody knows who wins.
Yeah, exactly. And another close one.
Another. Yeah. I don't want to be the referee.
Yeah, this was a hard bout to ref, for sure.
Yeah.
But, so, just pause quickly. So we've seen an action like that, I think 5 times now, and he's called attack no on 4 of them. So that's a pretty good indication that you shouldn't be making an attack like that. Extend with your footwork instead of landing your lunge and then leaning afterwards, right?
Yeah. So, but he also changed some. For example, the one in the middle that he gave attack from left, and then he changed it. So they maybe, I don't know, they may be thinking, oh, he will change this one too.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
possible.
The rational thing to do would be listen to the referee and change your way of attacking consequently.
Yeah. Unpause. That was a nice pull.
Okay, yeah.
And a good attack.
So 8-6.
8-6. So yeah, I would be telling both of them that if they want to attack, like make a long attack, they should extend with footwork and not with their body. And when you want to pull, add an extra step so that it's much clearer. Because both of them are just taking one step backwards and trying to show the referee, this is attack no. But it would be much clearer to do what Zalomir just did, make him miss completely, and then just make an attack.
Yes.
Again,
and
easier said than done, but go ahead.
I would try to move the match from the
center, yep,
to the other parts of the piece, because it's getting too close in the middle, and it's just, as you said, it's stupid because the referee, it's stupid to try to convince the referee when he's convinced of the contrary.
Yes, exactly. I paused quickly at 7:40. I actually heard a referee in the U.S. one time say, I don't even remember who was fencing, but someone was fencing and was complaining about the same touch over and over again. And the referee finally said, I'm the referee. I've called it this way every time. Do you want to make a point to me and lose this match, or do you want to stop arguing and do something else? And I just thought that was so funny, because it's true. Like, as a fencer, you can either try to prove a point, or you can just change your tactics and maybe win the match.
Yeah, of course. When it is actually, I think, merit of your coach too.
Yes, definitely. All right, ready?
And they are convinced that they can change their mind, the referee's mind, and tell their fencer to continue and keep doing what they're doing, but it doesn't work.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm at 7:42.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah, ready.
Oh, he did it again.
Oh, sorry. You, can we... I was ready, but I didn't hear unpause. Sorry.
Sure. So I'm at 7:42 again. Unpause.
Okay.
And it's the same thing where Zalomir either actually can't hear or is pretending not to hear. And he gets his first yellow card.
Okay.
There's that risky touch again. You back? Are you back?
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Oh,
So I'm at 8:26.
no, I'm not. 8:26. Okay.
All right, ready?
Okay, yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, unpause.
Okay. So, attack and preparation?
Yep. So they're both trying to extend their attacks, and both of them have got hit in prep when they tried to do it.
Yeah. And now, the tactical choice would be to try to go backwards.
Yes, exactly. Nice footwork by Luca there.
Yeah.
He looked like he was moving forward very quickly, but he stopped and dealt with the line.
It is actually working when he's pulling Zalomir backwards or forward.
Yes.
So I think he's not doing the right tactic, focusing on the middle and just lunging in the middle.
Yeah, getting a little frustrated there too.
Again.
Yeah, again. Looked like simul to me, probably.
Yeah, to me too. Yeah, I think this is simultaneous. Yeah, he got it simultaneous.
So I like that one. Pause quickly.
Yeah.
I like that one because earlier in the bout, when Luca went for attack and preparation, Zalomir parried it. So this time, Luca goes for attack and preparation with feint cut, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, and yeah, if he didn't change, he probably would have finished on Zalomir's blade, because Zalomir. I mean, was with his blade in a position that if he did attack and preparation as before, he probably would have been parried.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's a nice change.
It's a nice change, and it's good that he's thinking about that instead of just throwing his arm quickly. Like it shows me that there's actual, like, even though he may be getting frustrated, he's still thinking about the fencing a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm at 10:07.
10:09.
Okay, perfect. Ready?
Yeah. Oh. I don't know. This one probably seems that he didn't do it on purpose, but because he kind of start. It seemed he was starting. I mean, Zalomir did the first step, and I don't know. But it's crazy that he doesn't hear. Like, I don't know how many times did this happen.
A lot, yeah.
By now.
But again, the referee could speak more loudly or get a little closer when he says fence.
Yeah.
But he's not doing either one of those things.
And all this thing that like stopping the match and discussing with the referee and things, and like it's frustrating for the person. If I were Curatoli, I would be frustrated because maybe you think about a tactical move,
yep,
and you just reveal it because you do it and the match is stopped, so you just can't do it again, or so yeah, I don't know, all the tactical wheel and goes nuts.
Yeah, it's true because a lot of that stuff is based on momentum. So
Yeah,
when you're getting some touches, you want to get back on guard and keep going and not give your opponent a chance to think about it. But because the bout keeps getting paused, it's harder to just go to the next step.
yeah. And also maybe yeah, both for the tempo and for the thing that maybe you just do it and you didn't want the opponent to see it, but he sees it. So I don't know. You don't even know what to do next because um, you didn't have any input.
Yeah. So I'm at 11:33.
So
Go ahead, go ahead. Say it.
okay. No. I was asking what minute were you?
Yeah, 11:33.
Okay, me too. So,
Ready? Unpause.
yeah.
So based on the way the bout is going and the way he's been calling things, that should probably be attack no.
Yeah, I agree. Hmm.
Wow, just waited a little too long.
Ooh. Yeah. He waited, and Zalomir was good to wait for him until the end because when defending against Luca, I think it's hard because he he makes you think he's
Pause.
going to lunge. He makes you think he's going to lunge until the end of the piece, and at the end you are like, okay, I gave up because
I don't have any more space left.
It seems he's going to launch the attack, but then he doesn't until the end of the piece.
Yeah, so you lose a lot of space doing that, and it's hard to counterattack when someone's doing that because you always think you're about to get hit by a lunge.
Yeah. But this contributed to the drama of the match.
Yes, it did, because now it's 14-9. All right, the score, the time is 12:33.
Okay, 1 second. Okay, I'm ready.
Ready? Unpause. Oops. You just got to get your light on there if you're Zalomir.
Yeah. Oh. I think this one was clear.
Yeah, I don't know what Zalomir is talking about.
I don't know why he's protecting. Yeah.
Also, I liked that at the beginning of this touch, Luca was able to do a couple quick steps and pull him short, kind of like we were talking about before, where people get stuck in his rhythm.
Yeah.
Okay, so pause it quickly. So
So, what do you think?
I don't know. It's possible he's just doing it to bother Luca. It's really impossible to tell, but I will say that Zalomir is a really tough person. He served in the French Foreign Legion, and I once saw him get bell punched in the face so hard he was bleeding everywhere, and he said he didn't want an injury timeout. But like the referee made him take it, but he's just like that's the kind of person he is. You definitely don't want to pick a fight with him. So
Yeah, I see.
but it's funny to see the drama for sure. Actually, I actually thought they kind of both started early that time. So, I mean, I would give Curatoli a warning and I would give Zalomir a red card. That's what I would do in this situation. But again, I
Yeah,
think.
but
Go ahead.
it's like I think the referee is being too indulgent because the match is going like the both of the fencers are protesting and making, I don't know, drama, and at this point I think to keep the match clean and, I don't know, safe, I would probably pretend to be more strict and I don't know, just to make both fencers keep in their, I don't know, place.
Yeah, and I've been in this situation as a referee where the room is very loud, and it's hard because you want to make sure that everyone can hear you, but if someone is trying to take advantage of it, you have to punish that too. So it's tricky.
But you have never been in the situation of refereeing Curatoli Montano in training and 14-14 and having to give the 15th touch to someone with all of the training people in training who look at you and say, oh, he's not going to give it right, and you're like sweating.
That's funny. That's probably really good practice for this situation, actually.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm at 13:44.
Okay.
Ready?
Ready.
Unpause. So Seamus comes over, tells Zalomir to be tells Curatoli to be quiet, and tells Zalomir to stop it. Again.
Now it's like clear that it can't be done without purpose.
Yes. Luca's clapping for him. That's from left for me, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this was left too.
Probably.
This was more close.
Yeah, it's very similar to the last one, but like you say, still very close.
Yeah, these are the points that depend on the referee's personal view. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. But if the last one was simultaneous, then so is that one, so...
Yes. I think the previous one was more Curatoli's one, and this one more Zalomir.
Yeah.
But they're both close.
Ooh. Yeah, Luke, Luke is not missing there twice. So now a 14-9 bout is 14-14, and all the pressure is on Zalomir.
Yeah, but I think it was clever from Zalomir to try and jump and parry second, because it was the clear, like, if I had got counterattacked at the end of the beast and my opponent got the 14 touch.
Yep.
Probably the next time I would have
finished shorter,
anticipated and lunged yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's a good point. Okay, I'm at 16:01.
Okay, wait. Okay.
Unpause. So for those of you who don't know, at 14-14, it's replay automatic. You can't, as the referee, you can't call or do anything before you look at the video.
But like from the video, it's kind of not that useful to see it, because I don't know, you don't have sounds.
Exactly.
For this situation, it's it's kind of just confusing, I think.
Yes, I agree. So that touch for me is more Zalomir's.
Yeah, I think I would have probably given it to Zalomir. Because I don't see any attack no or things, and
Yeah, and Luca is waiting. Oh boy.
but what is he saying? 10 times?
Yeah, he says he's starting early 10 times.
Is it actually 10 times?
I don't know. It was a lot. But yeah, it's again, obviously it's easier to say from the side that you can't get frustrated, but like remember your opponent is doing that because they want it to bother you. So
Yeah, and also, yeah, I think it's too easy to say, but I would have probably in an European Championship, I would have got crazy very easily.
Yeah,
because this is I think this is the most annoying thing. Apart from people who scream in your face, but this is the most annoying because screaming in your face, you can do it once or twice, and then the referee, of course, gives you a red card and things. But this is, of course, it's not clear if you're doing it on purpose or not. So it's frustrating.
yeah, it is. But again, there's a way that you can deal with it as the referee, just stepping in a little bit closer and making your voice much louder. And if at that point it's still happening, you can start giving them cards. And then as the fencer, like it may be annoying when they're stopping the touch like that, but the way that I see it is you're not really losing anything. So it shouldn't frustrate you that much. Like for example, if you and I were fencing and you kept attacking me and then I kept calling stop, like that's annoying because you have right of way.
Yeah.
And if that happened for me, if the person doesn't have a good reason, I would give them a card immediately. But from the fencer's perspective, you both start the touch. Zalomir's not ready or pretending to not be ready or whatever. Like who cares? Just get back on guard. I mean it.
Yeah, and
Yeah, he shouldn't be doing
think
it.
more about.
Go ahead.
Yeah. I think the right thing to do is just pretend not to see anything and think about the next touch more, so you have more time to think about it.
Yeah.
And try to adjust the tactic, and maybe you also have a bit more time to speak with your coach and hear his I don't know, suggestions.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, there you can find an upside to it. It's just you can't let yourself get that frustrated because again, the more you're thinking about stuff like that, the less you're thinking about the fencing. And
then it becomes so quick because you become nervous and you start to react to all the provocations and as we saw, you start lunging the attack just in the middle before necessary, and the match starts to, I don't know, go in a strange way.
yeah. And like we were saying earlier, Curatoli is one of the top seeds at this tournament, and so the pressure is totally on Zalomir here. And he may have gone into this thinking like, I don't think I can out-fence him, so I need to do something to get inside his head and bother him a little bit. And so
maybe on the other side, Curatoli thought he can't be doing this. He can't be doing this like I don't know. He must. the referee should have done something, because it was clear that he was thinking about this exactly thing you said.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
But again, like as the fencer, I just think like I'm not. It would be nice if I was getting free touches from this, but I'm not losing anything by him doing it. So I'm not gonna, at least outwardly, I'm not gonna let it bother me too much.
Yeah, but is there a clear voice on the referee's code to, I don't know, give I think you should, because there is for starting earlier, but not for starting afterwards.
Yep.
So I think if it's not that clear, they should they should add something about this, because actually it happens more than people think. It's like the only thing you can do not to make your opponent nervous and not like be discovered that easily.
Yeah, I don't think there is anything explicitly written about it. There's actually, I'm not sure there's an explicit card for starting early, but the card that is being given is a delay of bout. So it's an interpretation of the rule.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was definitely an interesting bout.
Yeah, interesting. And like, for if you want to know what to do when in this situation, definitely not get angry and just think about the next touches.
Yes. Again, easier said than done, but like that's where your focus should be, always on the fencing.
Yeah. But has it ever happened to you, something like this in your career?
Yes, I actually fenced somebody one time who I was beating him 13-10, and every time I started attacking him, he would stop the bout. And I actually ended up losing 15-14 because the referee did not card him the first 2 times he did it. And so the first time I said to the referee, I was like, why did he stop the bout? And he didn't have a good reason, but he didn't get a card. The second time, I again was like, why did he stop the bout? And again, no card. The third time, he got a yellow card, but I mean, I was scoring a lot of points when I was attacking, and so that was definitely bothering me, and I probably didn't handle it as well as I should have. But it's more difficult, I think, in that situation, because I had right of way and I was doing really well on my attack, and he kept stopping it. And at that point, the referee really needs to step in, because that's a situation where like one fencer is clearly gaining an advantage, whereas here it's just, I've never been in this exact situation before, but yeah. What about you? Have you been in a situation like this before?
Exactly this situation? No, me neither. But I've been in a situation that I think the how do you say, the wire of my opponent probably didn't work very well, and it was in Budapest, a World Cup, and I was it was not clear, because it was probably something with the tension of the wire, because when I tried, it worked, but then some touches I clearly touched him and it didn't work. And it happened all over the match, so in the end I was really disadvantaged from this, and I think I lost 15-14. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's a hard situation too.
I was really crazy about it, because I couldn't even be sure that it wasn't me and it was a wire. But afterwards, it came up that piece was not working really good.
Yeah, that's annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whenever something like that is happening on my strip and I'm not sure, if there's another strip available, I'll just have them change. Because it's better for everyone to just be sure that everything is working. And again, as a referee, if I know, like if I ref a pool and the strip is being weird like that, I will tell the DT so that they know that something is strange is happening there.
Yeah, this is definitely the right thing to do, and they probably should have done it. But I don't know. I was just I didn't. It's like the thing we were talking about. When you're inside, you just don't realize, and you're just too, I don't know, adrenaline, and
Yeah,
you don't realize. I should have asked the referee to move, and probably everything would have been fine. But I don't know.
yeah, and that's part of experience, right? So that happens to you once, and then you don't handle it correctly. But the next time it happens to you, you remember and you do handle it correctly. So
Yeah, of course.
yeah. Well, thank you for doing this bout with me. That was interesting, for sure.
Yeah, thank you. It was interesting for me too.
Yeah.
So it was a pleasure.
As always.
Yeah.
Ciao.
Ciao.